Alright, you guys. I don't know if I say his name right. João Monteiro. He's from Portugal. Was asking about the electrical connections for this guy. It's classic 50. So, put the stator and the trigger back on, and I didn't show that. It's pretty much the same way it came off. Just got it kind of laying down in here for the moment. I've got the on the stator. I went ahead and connected my hot, and then, you know, coming off of this one, we have a tachometer, and then, you know, of course these are for from the stator. And then we'll have just put you out over here, and I'm gonna have to put my power pack on. So I got a new power pack. Took a while to get here, but it's here now. But basically what you have is you got two red leads. One's red, white, one's red, and then you have one that's blue, and one's blue light. And what happens is these power both the high side and the low side of the power pack. And all you have to remember is that on your power pack, that's going to power up the power pack. So now the power pack has power. So there's a voltage going there. And then from the trigger, you know, we have 4 lines, and so we got a white, and we've got kind of this, I don't know what you call it, beige, brown. We got a black, white, and a purple. And on the power pack, the new power pack, even the old ones, they're color coded. So you're just doing the ins and the outs of this guy. And so this is going to be our input, and you probably can't see this. Maybe I'll be able to zoom in, but red, white, blue, white, and then they've got black, yellow. Now that's the kill wire, and that's laying over here somewhere. So that's going to be, you know, your black, yellow. Then you're going to have a blue and a red. That's your input side. And then over here, we're going to have our trigger, which is going to be our output side. And it's even labeled, and it says like number, you know, 4 is going to be this green, black. And then on this side we got white, black, we got green, red, we got brown, we got white, green, white, violet, and green. So all we have to do is follow, you know, our inputs and outputs. So like for instance over here where it says at the top is going to be white, black. So we're going to find our white, black. And then if you come down here, then it's going to say brown. That's going to be our brown. And down here it says where it say green, white, that's our output. White, I'm sorry, is right here. And then we're going to skip down to here, and it's going to say violet. So that's going to be the trigger side. And then our output side is simply the coils. So where you see it says like where is it, where does it start? Yeah, green, green, white, brown, and is that right? We'll figure it out. Yeah, white, black, is that right? Okay, we should have green, red. Let's just double check this so y'all know. Oh yeah, green, black, brown, red, is that right? Should all be greens. Oh, and they're labeled. See, you can see there's the number. So down here on 1, it's going to be green, right? And there's our trigger. So then here, this brown, white is going to be our number 2. All right, and so there's our input. And then on number 3, we're gonna have a brown. And then on number 4, we're gonna have a white black. So then what happens is you just follow your connections over to our coils. So if this is number 1, this will be number 2, this will be number 3, and this will be number 4. And so corresponding to this guy where it says the number is going to be our cylinders. Pretty simple, pretty straightforward. Now to start this thing, when you got the key in, you got to be in neutral. And the key has to be on the on position. And so you're going to come, it's going to go up basically to, you know, your battery hot. It's going to go to your solenoid. Your output of your solenoid is going to go to the starter. You're going to have a signal wire, which is going to be this yellow-red. It's going to go to one side of the solenoid. You'll have the other side as ground. A lot of times, like this neutral safety switch is in line. I usually unplug these because they fail, but we'll leave this one. It's pretty good. Anyway, when we're gonna have ground, we're never gonna have a hot side of the battery to the. See, we should have on the hot side of that of our rectifier over here. It's gonna go through this fuse, and then when we follow that fuse, where does it go again? I forget. It goes out of here, fused back to the battery. Just tuck that back down. And and then we got a choke. And our choke is usually a gray wire. And then we're gonna have a brown wire that's tacked here. So there's really just to get it to turn over. Like say you want to crank, like you got no crank, you're going to check your solenoid, make sure you got 12 volts in here, and you're getting key ignition on is coming to here, and you should have ground. If you're hearing it click, but the starter's not turning, then you want to check your starter. And if you suspect that your starter's not working, you'll have to take it out and maybe jumper this wire to the ground. So in other words, take this off and then just have a battery, take some jumper wires and see if it turns. And that's how you get it to start. But if you're wanting to get spark, then you got to start doing what I'm doing. We're going to go ahead and install this, get it all connected up. Anyway, I hope that answers this question. Get you a wiring diagram online because you're going to need it. You know, just go ahead and purchase you a manual. If you're going this far, just go ahead and get a manual because you're going to need it. So this is gonna kind of go like this. See, that goes to there. Go ahead and pinch our thing in so I can keep our wire in place. I I know I could zip these in with a gun, but I'm not going to in it. As long as your grounds are tight, that's all you really need to worry about. Make sure you get good grounds. And then we'll have to take all these little guys off. I like to take them all off. So let me, I don't know. See how I'm gonna do this. It's always a challenge. So I think we have to go like this. And these are probably all 8mm. I need to get something to put this in. Alright guys, I don't know if I should bore you with all this or not, but it's pretty simple. Like, you just follow your colors. So like here is, on the bottom is red, and I mean, it doesn't matter if you start bottom or top. Some of these are gonna be like, they'll be kind of in between where a connection is, so you'll know you're kind of doing the right thing. I just took one side off at a time. You take all of them off at a time. Really doesn't matter. The only thing that matters is just getting these in the right connection. And they kind of made it almost idiot proof. So then the next one up is going to be blue. I like these too because you can get your nut started on. Because it's not a lot of space in there, and then you can just clip that on there like so, just snug, not like He-Man or nothing. Alright, and so then our next one is going to be this blue-white, or they're calling it, yeah, blue-white. Blue, white. Again, just snug. Whoa! Just be careful not to bend your connector too much. And then the last one is going to be this red white. It's going to go up there. And that's what the Stator's doing. It's on this side, it's the input. It's just providing power. It's really not the input. This is really just providing the power. This is where it does that. And then there's some capacitors that are in there to hold a charge. So like an alternator driven switch here. So then make sure we can get to our coils. So but I'm gonna go ahead and do my coils just before I do the other, just because they're kind of in the way. Let's see, with number one, they're saying is green. And so on our number one coil, it's looking like this green. So this one's gonna come right there. Guess I gotta get all my, might as well get all these off. And if you were smart, not like me, you'd have taken all these off before you put it on, so you don't have to worry about dropping that little bolt. guess I could put, sometimes one is wanting to catch in my thing here, because I guess I must have had some silicone in here and it doesn't want to drop out, which is very annoying. See, I mean, this one's clear. You can, I'll show you guys this. This will kind of make sense. It's actually probably a better design than when it originally came out, I'm thinking. Because even though they're this cheap, if you look inside here on both sides of this, see down in there, there's a couple of caps. We've got some output, some kind of logic, you know. Right, so that's some kind of amplifier out. We got a coil in here. We got a couple of caps. So one's going to be high and one's going to be low, I'm guessing. I don't know. There looks like there is a couple of coils on these two down here. Yeah, some resistors. Anyway, magic box. So now we just got to go. This is green. And I might even, like, yeah, this is green. This is gonna make sense here. I think, a minute. Sorry if I'm getting in the way, but it is what it is. So that's coil number one output. So that's the output side of this switch box. So then our number two coil, it was looking like green white for me. And then it's gonna go right here. It says green white, even that says green. So far we're color combination right. Yeah, let's see. Just like so. See, it's looking like brown. We're saying brown, green, black. So this is going to be up here, and ours is going to be green, red. It's going to go to this number three. So we are color correct. So you'll see it. It says green, red. Go right onto there. It makes more sense once you get your coils on there, because then you'll see what your inputs are. And that's why I said it's good, like if you have a wiring diagram, because you could, if you're not sure about the outputs to your coils, then you can look at that wiring diagram and it'll tell you. So now on our input, so number one, it was green, so our input is going to be violet. This will make sense now that we got it all. Kind of make this, and you know, when you're putting the stator and the trigger on, just remember how you took your wiring off. Yeah, something I didn't do. All right, so now we're going to have violet, and it's going to come around. It's going to go into there, which is our number one. It's not easy. Get on there. There we go. Not very graceful with that one. So now what you do, just be careful getting your little boot on. Because you'll have to bend it up just slightly, and then your boot will go on. And you can kind of bend it back down. So we see violets are input, coil number 1 is our output. Then over here on number 2, we've got white is going to be our input, and our output is going to be green, white. So we're going to find our white, and that white's going to go to there. Alright, so now the next one you'll see is brown, which is going to be the input for number 3, and our output is going to be green, red, going to the number 3 coil. I pointed at this one. So I'm going to find our brown, connect it. So just think of it, you got inputs and outputs. So you got outputs to the stator is like the input to the power pack. And then you got outputs from the trigger to inputs of the power pack. And then you have outputs of the power pack that are going to the coils. And our last wire is going to be this white black. And that completes our wiring. So I just need to tidy it all up. Get some tie wraps on this. Tie wrapper all together. And we'll be done. So yeah, it's color coded, so you almost can't mess it up. But somehow people do. I mean, I'm guilty of it too, so I don't know what I'm talking about, man. Let's make it look pretty. Sorry I don't have a part number for you. Usually there's one on it. I can't remember. You'll just have to figure it out because I don't know. No, I don't have it on the box. Not very prepared in this video. Just throwing it on so it's done. So what I need to do now is I need to fill up that tub with water and hook up the battery and check our fuel and all that stuff. Get a spark tester on the back, get out my remote start, you know, to check this thing and see if it'll actually, you know, if we have our problem resolved. Okay, got my tub hooked up, got my remote start hooked up, got some water in the tub, by the way. Got my timing line up here, got my spark checker up here, got my timing line on number 1, my grandpa's old Mac Tools timing line, by the way. Got the key ignition, it's on. Just checked it, I do have spark. So now with the remote in this position, I'm gonna check this timing and see where it's at. I'm kind of thinking we're shooting for 7 to 9 degrees. Isn't that what our Mercury's is? So let's see if we get any light action first of all. Yeah, we got a light action. Now you guys ain't gonna be able to see this, but it just is what it is, because you know, you can only do so many things with so many instruments. So I think the thing to do at this point is to mark this, and let's see, I believe it should say 28 degrees on the front of this thing. Let's just make sure. I can take my timing light off for a second. So I believe it should be, you know, somewhere. Timing pickup, top dead center running, maximum spark 33 degrees before top dead center at cranking speed of 300 RPM, which is 30 degrees before top dead center at 5,500 RPM. That's what it says. So at idle with the plugs out, cranking, I think we're looking at 7 to 9 degrees. We'll see where this ends up. All right, I'll get out one of my books here. Let's just see what this thing says. Right, when in doubt, whip it out. Got me a rock and roll band. Man, it's starting to, I bet it's well used. Let's see here. Synchronizing, adjusting. Here we go. Tune up specs. Okay, so tune up specs. Merc 500 with lighting energizer. Merc 500 maximum spark. With distributor-less ignition. 7 to 9 degrees, 30 degrees before top dead center. That sounds right. Pretty typical. Merc 500. This is the 4-cylinder. Yeah, L78. V is our spark plug. So 7 to 9 degrees. They're almost all 7 to 9 degrees. 30 degrees before top dead center. So I think we're looking at 7 to 9 degrees, and then we're gonna see if this hits our 30. I'm gonna go to like 28. I'm gonna go under this. Yeah. So we'll mark that first one. Let's mark our 7 degrees. So I get a paint pen. So I don't know which one of these paint pens work. So 0, so before top dead center, there's 5. Let's see where we at. Here's 10, 9, 8, 7, 6. So yeah, 7. Let's look at it about right here. 4 top dead center. Wait a minute. Let's think about this. It's coming around this way. So I think we're looking at somewhere before top dead center. 6. Somewhere right here. I think is the mark. And then here's our 30 up here. So let's shoot for like 28. So 7, and can you see that? No, you guys can't see that. So we're coming around this way, so this is before top dead center. So I just kind of make a mark at 7, and then it says 30. I'm gonna go 28. Yeah, I don't know. We could go 26 and be the 4, but I think we're all right if we do 7 here. Let's just see where it is. I wish I had a. Let me go get a stand. Yeah, we got a light. All right. So now I don't know if you can see us. See if I can get you in here where you can see it. I don't think I ever. So this is showing that this is hitting way over here. So obviously, you know, we're not close to where this should be. So I believe we need to determine if we go this way or if we're coming this way. Gonna have to undo. This is our throttle stop, like timing. It's like a little, I don't know if you can see it right here. This guy. And come off of there. Well, that was really on there. Let's see. Man. Well, that figures. You have to get a long socket, 3/8. Somebody has done unmentionable things. See if I got a different 3/8. Here's an 8mm. I don't know. I'm gonna have to turn you guys off, I guess, because I have to find that. Yeah, see, so, you know, I don't know which way to go, but I got a screwdriver over here. I guess we'll just turn it in until I believe it's got to go in. It's basically about a turn per degree. So, oh yeah, we're getting closer. Almost. Bam. We're right on 7, so we might want to go in a little bit. Yeah, so that's right on 7. Now I'm gonna put the remote and all the way forward. Actually, could you see that? Let me see if I can do that and you guys can see that. So I don't even know if you saw that. I'll get out my head out of the way. Hopefully you can see that. All right, now we're gonna put the remote all the way fast forward. So then our stop, what is our stop gonna be? Oh. We're not gonna put it all the way fast forward. We're gonna keep it in neutral. Remember I took the throttle lever off. So we need to light up this throttle lever so that it is right. So it would have been close, but it wasn't, you know, like so. So yeah, that's wide open. And we'll see, we have, what are these again? I remember. Okay, so this is gonna be our carburetor stop, and this one's gonna be our timing stop. So this should be 30 degrees. See what happens. Okay, so we're a little beyond it, so we need to move this in a little. You know, it's at 30, so we want to be on this side of it, if anything. Yeah. I think it's got to go in even more. There we go. So we're right at 30. Or what did I mark it as? So if you think about this, like they're wanting 30, so we're at 28. I really want to be slightly on this side of our high mark, so I'm gonna go in even like a couple more. Just see where we end up. It's usually what they say in the book is about 4 degrees, so I'm a little far. See what that does. Okay, so that's a little far yet. That's pretty close. Lock her down. And your timing should be set. Now you got to link and sync your carburetors. And honestly, if they're, well, we'll check it. So this should be, you know, when we look inside here, I'm gonna get a flashlight and look. You can't see this, but and make sure they're closed, and then at wide open throttle, they should be all the way open. So let me get a light, look inside there, and see what I can see, man. But I'm gonna have to get some spark plugs for it. I don't have any spark plugs yet. That's the only issue. I'm gonna have to run out and go get some spark plugs. I'm pretty sure I don't have any plugs. It's NGK BUHW2s. Ooh, this floor is a little soft. Yeah, that floor is a little soft in there. Down there. This is the problem with this, is that you almost need a camera. Oh, I can see the bottom. Yeah, it's wide open. Okay, I don't know if I can see that one or not. Well, if the bottom was wide open, that one should be wide open. So we don't know if we have a carb clean job yet or not. Let's see what this bottom one looks like. Yeah, that one looks good. It's just really hard to get it here where you can see this bottom. There we go. Yeah, that one actually looks pretty good too. So, we'll see what happens. I'm gonna get some plugs and put in it and see if we can't get this one out the door. Because, you know, I want to get them done and get them gone. It's the only way I make any money. Alright, I'll be back. Alright, I got some plugs in it. See if this thing will fire off. See if we're condition our fuels in. I mean, that feels firm. I guess I have to have this up. That works. Let's warm it up. Almost. It's gonna go. Come on now. Yeah, she's probably carb job. Carb job. See what happens if I spray some stuff in there. Yeah, just sprayed it in my old eyeball. That's what you don't do. That's why you use safety glasses and do the safety dance. And my eyes aren't getting it any better over there. Seems like it's gonna run though. Almost. Oh yeah, that thing's peeing good. strong. Sounds pretty good. Well, got another one done. That's nice. I'm gonna let her just sit there and rip for a bit. And thanks you guys for coming along on this one. Luckily we didn't have to do a carb job. And seems to be doing its thing. It could probably even come down and idle a little bit. That was pretty good, fellers. So I like to put them in gear, make sure they're good. Oh yeah, she's doing all right.
Yes, sir.
Hey, your boat's ready. And I put the hood and the cover back on. Maybe we're gonna listen to her and see what she sounds like. Take this tape off. Need that. Sorry there, fellers. Pretty glad this one came together. That 9.9 over there is giving me a fit. Probably should charge the guy a little more for this, but if I knew that if I had to do a carb job on it, like that was going to be a lot more money, and I didn't want to freak the guy out, send him running for the hills. Like, yeah, man, it's a lot of labor, you know. Get a lot of these guys, they want to fix it up because they're trying to sell it. They're trying to get rid of it. Like this thing, man, it's soft in the floor. So he's going to have to do whatever he's going to do. But this thing runs really good. See, it just fired right up. I love these old two-strokes. They just got a smell to them. Runs pretty good. This little boat, it'll get up and go. Get this one out of here and get this other piece of crap over here. See if I can do anything with it. I'm selling that for one of my customers, but it's got lots of problems. I did some videos on that, but I haven't released anything yet because I don't even know. I may just tell them to come get it at this point because the floor is rotting in it. There's a guy over there up on telephone pole. Mr. Xfinity. What does that mean? Xfinity means it's not infinity? It's X infinity? Or is it a number infinity? Like it means like there is a number to it. What's the number? I know what it is. The number is you're gonna pay me some money. That's what they're trying to get your money. They want your money. They want all of your money, like all of it. I mean, definitely, I know that's I'll lift that on. That's not good. But yeah, federal government, they want all of your money, every bit of it. Hey, if you haven't subscribed, go ahead and hit that subscribe button. You know the deal. You know this ain't free. Somehow we got to make a little cash to do these videos. I mean, it's fun, but come on now. And hey, what was his name? I can't even say his name now. Where's it at? Where's my little piece of paper? Was it João Monteiro? Hey man, I hope this helps you, buddy. I know I got his name on a card somewhere laying over here. Put some of this stuff up, call it a day. But yeah, was it? Yeah. Anyway, that's how you do what you can do. Because we can only all just do what we can do. Love everybody, love your neighbors. Nobody's perfect. Not a president, not a congressman, not a senator. Not even your mother, your father. Nobody's perfect except for one person who is a God. And he's perfect. So you know who I'm talking about. We're just cleaning up and rambling on. Like Led Zeppelin. Ramble on! Clean up, because this is half the job. Literally. It's over half the job, cleaning up. Picking up all of these tools. That's why I started using these little things, because I keep all these little, that's from the power packs, but I keep them, and I don't know why, because at a certain point, I'm going to have so many of them that I won't need them. But I don't want to throw stuff away. It's just like that Johnson. Man, that motor is the motor that keeps giving. So I guess I need to start, when I see them, buy them, because you can't get them anymore. And you know, those little parts, man, they add up. I probably didn't even nowhere near charge the guy enough, because that part, I'll go look it up, but I bet they were $100, $150. I just charged him $150, which it didn't take me but an hour. So, you know, the part and the labor, $150. Part and the labor, $150. Is that too cheap? Am I too cheap? I mean, there's nobody that works on these old motors anymore. So what do I do? Am I too cheap? Is this thing just swinging you around like do-si-do? I don't know, man. You know, like I got another one of these somewhere. Whoa. Ah, that's a piece of that shear pin. This is like, I don't know, one of the dumber ideas, if you ask me, is to have a shear pin. Well, no, it's not. It's not a dumb idea because then it saves your prop. So in the early days, let's talk about this. So this saved your engine, the shear pin. It would save your engine. It's on an old Johnson Evinrude's, you know, 50s, 60s, 70s. It's got that little shear pin. It's an indentation. So this would save your motor because, you know, but later on, what happens is we came out with hubs that would be like a rubberized hub. So if you hit something, there was so much torque, it would just spin the hub and it would still protect your motor. Because a lot of people got tired of the shear pins because the shear pins were breaking. And it didn't take much for that shear pin to shear off. You'd hit a little object in the river or wherever you're at, and then it'd be like, man, what happened, you know? So, you know, I guess guys would maybe take and, you know, buy a couple or two, three of those, because if they had to, they could take the cotter pin out of it, and then they could put the shear pin in, a new shear pin, and then they could keep going. Otherwise, man, they were screwed out on the water because, you know, without that drive shaft just would rotate and the prop would do nothing without that shear pin in place. So if you're out on the lake and you blew a shear pin, then you gotta change the shear pin on the water. It's no big deal, but you're gonna have to put it in your tackle box somewhere a couple of extra shear pins just so you got them. They were cheap. They're cheap now. I think I paid $5. Actually, with shipping, I think it was like $7.99. A whole lot better than being stuck on the water or somewhere. That's for sure. I know you can't see what I'm doing. I'm just rambling. I'm going to be done for the day. Just putting stuff up. I'm not even done for the day either. I got a whole bunch of other stuff, and it's like 4 o'clock. And this might be a late one today. Try to go fishing tomorrow. See if I can get you guys a little bit of content of that. And until then, we'll check you guys later.